People think about just becoming billionaire. Guys, until and unless you don't learn how to earn $100, don't dream to become billionaire. The average time of recession in North America is 6 to 8 months.
We are real estate portfolio managers. We are about making volume of transactions by managing portfolio of our clients. Firstly, on behalf of Team Gravitas and SafeMax Gravitas Realty, I would like to welcome you all to this networking and educational event. Real estate market has changed a lot in the last, I will say, couple of months. Let's say around last 2 years, if I say precisely. And these changes in real estate also require us to change the way we look at market also. It is not hidden from anyone. Real estate market is in Canada is actually going a lot through the emotional sentiment of buying and selling. It's a lot to do with emotional sentiment, right? So at that place, as real estate professionals, it's our job to give you some facts and numbers of how the market goes and what is in the market. Because as someone who is a client or investor, they will be only looking at real estate professionals to guide them. And that's the reason we very importantly say it's very important that you deal with professionals who know what is happening in business on day-to-day basis. I want to tell you how at Team Gravitas and SafeMax Gravitas Realty, we are different from others. So we don't call ourselves only as realtors, we call ourselves as gravitors. And as gravitors, we are real estate portfolio managers. Because we are not about making volume of transactions through volume of clients. We are about making volume of transactions by managing portfolio of our clients. And to create that experience, we are not about volume of clients. But before I deep dive into what is real estate portfolio management, you should know we derive real estate portfolio management as mix of properties which are resale, pre-construction and commercial. But when we talk about real estate portfolio management, it is about deriving in 3 factors. What is the kind of property you want to buy? What is the kind of closing you are looking for? And the third, which is the most favorite one. What do you think that third one is, guys?
Price.
Anyone?
Price.
No?
Location.
Yeah. See? Everyone in the video or anywhere in the world would say location, 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 right? What is the location? What is the kind of property you are looking for? And what is the kind of closing? These 3 factors define how to manage real estate portfolio for our clients. And as real estate portfolio managers, we deep dive into it to see that we understand families' long-term vision or their aspirations to build that portfolio for coming years to come. Guys, loyalty is a two-way street, and as real estate portfolio managers, we don't have a transactional relationship with our clients. We actually have a personal relationship with our clients. Because as pre-construction goes, it's a long-term game. Dealing with real estate portfolio managers also is a long-term game. And that is the reason that trust factor has to come from the starting.
So today we are going to talk about pre-construction. Am I right? ROI on pre-construction. Before we start, let me share something very interesting with you. You know, in 2021, 2022, until March or April, how the market was? Very high. People were lining up to buy the houses. And if there is any house which comes onto the market for $1 million, how much offer was going on that house? 1.1? 1.2? That was the norm. So let's say if the house is worth $1.1 million and it is listed on $1 million, somebody was willing to pay $1.2 million. Am I right? Now the same house which was worth $1.2 million at that time, what is the value of that house today? Let's say $1 million. Am I reasonable? Let's say $1 million. So 2022 March and today is 2023 September or October. 1 year, 6 months. What has happened? That $1 million house was selling for 1.2. Now if that property comes into the market on $1 million, there is no buyer for it. What is the problem? Sentiment? Do you think interest rate? Interest rate is the problem. So what was the interest rate at that time? 2%. Am I right? On an average, it was 2%. What is the interest rate right now? 6%. Let's take some even numbers just to understand. Right? So it was 2%, right now it is 6%. So can somebody use the calculator on $1 million, 4%, how much is the interest for 1 year? 40,000? So how many years it's going to take to cover that 200,000 in this 40,000? 5 years? What has changed? That somebody was willing to pay $200,000 upfront at that time, but they are not willing to pay that $200,000 in 5-year installments today. Right? Same person was willing to give maybe $300,000 more at that time, but they are not willing to pay $40,000 more. So we all are right now on a low sentiment. But did you ever think you were willing to pay $200,000 on a $1 million home and you are not willing to pay $40,000 today? Now people sitting on the top understand this psychology. They are using that psychology to make money, whereas a common man, just because of all that what I said, because of their mindset, will not buy the real estate today. When are you going to buy? When are you going to buy? When market is again up and there's a lineup and people are paying $50,000 more or $100,000 more. For the same house, down the road 6 months, you are going to spend $100,000 or $200,000 more. That's my promise to you. Yes, sir.
My question is it a question of mentality and your mindset, or is it a question of affordability?
No, it's a question of how we have been trained from the childhood. That is the problem. So from childhood, we have been trained to think like a common man, to think like as everybody think, and that's what we follow. But if we're not trying to follow, there is somebody in our family, friends, they start bashing on us. Hey, you have to follow this, you have to follow this, you have to follow this. Am I right? So it has been conditioned into our mind for so much and for many times that it's not going to get out of our mind. But there are people who take this thing out of their mind. They just go simply against the crowd. What somebody is doing, what everybody is doing, they will not do that. It's a simple rule. People think about just becoming billionaire. Guys, until and unless you don't learn how to earn $100, don't dream to become billionaire. Because the big success, what you think, there is nothing in this universe which is called as a big success. Big success is a combination of small successes. Small successes. So first you make $100,000, then you make $250,000, then you make $500,000, then you make $1 million, then you make $10 million, then you go $100 million. When you reach at $100 million, then start of thinking making $1 billion. The problem is, we start from million with a B. We all dream of becoming a billionaire without understanding that first I have to dream to become 100,000, to earn 100,000. Make sense? The idea here is, guys, don't think like as everybody is thinking, because all these things are planned for you. Now let me ask you, did somebody do any analytics on the data? Or you might have seen a couple of recessions. There was a big recession in 2007 and 2008. There was another dip in the market in 2017. Before that, in last 60 years, There were more than 8 recessions and depressions. What happened to them? Are they all there still today? They're all gone. So, this one will also go. The average time of recession in North America is 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months is the average time of recession in North America. Right? And after that, it's going to start recovering. But what happens is, by the time you know about the recession, it is already gone. Yes, I'll tell you why. It's technical. Because the definition of recession is when the economy is negative, when your GDP is negative for 2 consecutive quarters. So let's say Jan, Feb, March, 1 quarter, economy has gone down. April, May, June, it has come down negative. You will come to know in the month of, no, not August, September. It takes time to get the data. So by the time they will tell you that there is a recession, technically the recession is gone. So by the time the government declares the recession, you should understand now the economy is going up. Very simple rule to it. Okay, let's talk about pre-construction. So what is pre-construction?